Welcome everyone to another episode of Why the Hell Not here on Bryno's World, the show where I make whatever's on the top of my mind because why the hell not? On this episode I'm not making what's on the top of my head. It's more of a casual challenge here. This casual challenge came once again from Ryan of the Ohio Review. I asked for more ideas on things I could make on this show. He suggested that I try to make Mac N Cheetos. I've already made a couple of videos regarding those products a couple weeks ago, and I promise this will be the last one. But I'm going to make several different types of Mac N Cheetos, so let's get started. Of course, to make these Mac N Cheetos, we're going to need some Cheetos powder. That's where, once again, this Ninja blender comes in. I shall empty the contents of this Cheetos bag into the blender, pulverize it, and hopefully come up with a usable Cheetos powder. And away we go. I reckon that'll do. So there we go. Quite possibly the most unhealthy panko style thing in the world. Crushed plain Cheetos. I'm curious to see how this will work as a coating. Let's find out. So anyway, here is my workstation. We have deluxe macaroni and cheese, which I have prepared earlier. Flour, which will be the base coating. Some store-bought egg white or egg mixture in a carton. Yes, I'm not a purist, so sue me. Panko, which is going to be used for the control mac and cheese sticks here. And then, of course, the variable, which is my Cheetos powder. So, let's make them. And, of course, this mac and cheese I had cooled down for a little bit just to make it easier to work with. Oh my god, this stuff is kind of loose, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. I may have to abandon making these stick style and just make them glob style just to save time. It fell apart. I had not planned on this, so I'm going to go a little bit off script. Perhaps maybe the egg wash was a bad idea. In fact, I'll say it was a bad idea. Okay, that's held together as best as can be expected, so perhaps the culinary gods are telling me that Mac N Cheetos was not meant to be made at home. Okay, so the balls are the technique that I'm going to use. And this abomination is going in the garbage. Now, the main event, or the first half of a multi-layered main event. In with the Cheetos. This may turn out to be a better substance just because it's a little bit moist, obviously because it's so oily and fatty. I reckon that will do. In an effort to improve these as much as I can, I'm going to add another ingredient to this next trio of Mac N Cheetos balls, and that is this real bacon bits. Going to do what I should have done since the beginning, use a spoon. Time to apply the bacon. Apply liberally. Let's massage the bacon bits into there. Maybe a little more. Might be more bacon than there is mac and cheese. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. So the ball into the Cheetos. I think this one came out most like a normal Mac and Cheetos that you'd see at Burger King today. Maybe it just took a little bit of figuring out the process. But of course, I have one more trick up my sleeve. Regular mac and cheese balls, Mac and Cheetos, bacon Mac and Cheetos. What else can I do? How about Flamin Hot Mac and Cheetos? That's right. Here is some Flamin Hot Cheetos powder, and I'm going to put this on top of some mac and cheese, which I will load with cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes, and make some Flamin Hot Mac and Cheetos. Okay, cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes. So despite these things not being as easy to make as I hoped they would, they are assembled. So now I'm going to give them a fighting chance to stay together when frying them and solidify them. So how am I going to solidify these things even further? I'm going to put them in the freezer for a couple hours. With any luck, they'll hold together and we'll have something marginally edible. Okay, it's been about a couple hours since these Mac and Cheetos balls have been frozen, and now I've got a wok here full of super hot oil, and I'm ready to fry these things. Mac and panko balls. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna call them done. And ooh. Okay, so first we have deep fried mac and cheese balls. Let's see how they turned out. So here we are, the control mac and cheese balls with no Cheetos on them at all. Yeah, it's okay. It's just the macaroni. I'm not getting a whole lot of the cheese here. Then again, I'm not really sure I should have expected that. It's nice though. I think this is a good foundation for something that could be awesome. These are the regular mac and Cheetos. Here we go. Oh. Ooh. All right. There's one. And two. For my money, they don't look too much different from the panko balls. The crust on the outside is not as good as the one with the panko, though. The Cheetos almost lost all their flavor. The inside is nice. The Cheetos lost all of their flavor in the oil, which leads me to believe that the real deal here that they serve at Burger King, these are machine-made things, and then they sprinkle some of that cheddar cheese, that Cheetos cheese flavor powdering on top of it after they cook it. There's no way they actually cook the stuff with it. It's going to like a bready, starchy black. So yeah, if you want real cheese flavor in the deep fried macaroni and cheese ball, you gotta go with panko, and you gotta go with real good stuff in the filling. Up next, we have potentially the two most delicious concoctions: bacon mac and Cheetos. These two, coated in Cheetos, but they've got bacon on them. How can they be bad? We will see. You know what? I'm going to call these done. They're burning a little bit on the outside, just a bit. I'm definitely giving that lovely bacon aroma, but let's check what's on the inside with glorious bacon. Bacon mac and Cheetos, homemade. Here we go. The bacon flavor is permeated throughout the entire deep fried concoction. This is something fantastic, beyond amazing. Deep fried mac and cheese ball, bacon inside. The only thing change I would make is I would use the panko version instead of the Cheetos. But yeah, this is what you want. This stuff right here. And here we go, the last one on the menu. Flamin Hot Mac and Cheetos. The Flamin Hot Cheetos dust on them, and the mac and cheese themselves have been laced with cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes. Oh. And time. There were plenty of cracks in these ones, but again, surprisingly, they all stayed together pretty nicely. But we will see how these monstrosities turned out in just a moment. Homemade Flamin' Hot Mac and Cheetos. This feels hot. Here we go. Just a very, 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 very mild kick. Nope, very little heat to speak of. I'd have to call this the most disappointing one of the batch. I expected some sort of kick, but I'm not really getting a whole lot of anything here. Maybe the heat of this thing is just, and by heat I mean the temperature heat is masking everything that could be construed as spice, but it's plain with a tiny little kick. How do we rule this one? I would say that it's not really possible to make mac and Cheetos at home, at least not the way I did it. But if you want to make something like this on your own, don't waste your time grinding up Cheetos. Just use flour to keep it all together, coat it with panko, and if you really want some cool flavors in it, make some stuff in it. Like I did with this bacon one. Well, that will do it for another episode of Why the Hell Not here on Bryno's World. I thank you all very, very much for watching. If you got ideas for weird things I can make on the show, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please do, when I get to 100 subs, I will do a Carolina Reaper chicken wing challenge. Also, don't forget to buy Bryno's World hoodies and t-shirts from the online shop, link in the description below. Once again, thank you all very much for watching. Have yourself a good one. And try to make one of these deep fried bacon mac and cheese balls. You won't regret it. Mmm. Mmm.